Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Stop calling it a scam. You know, when you give one of these women some money, somebody that you've met on the dating site, and things don't turn out the way you wanted them to turn out, it's not a scam, guys. We got to quit calling everything a scam. It's just a word that's been associated with Filipino women. I heard a guy say, oh, the overwhelming majority of Filipinos are scammers. Fool, you crazy. You don't know the overwhelming majority of Filipinos. Okay, when I looked up the definition of scam, it said a deceptive scheme or trick to cheat you or someone else out of their money or whatever it is they're after. Do you think the women you're meeting on these dating sites are savvy enough to do that? No. We call it a scam because we're embarrassed that we done given the woman our money, our hard-earned money, lots of it. And we don't want to tell anybody of that. We don't want to take responsibility, so we'll call it a scam. The scams happen over here, yeah. Is there fraudulent intent in some of the horror stories you hear, which 99% of the horror stories you hear is just simply being given away their money. Has nothing to do with a scam. Does it happen? Absolutely. But calling everything a scam, guys, we got to stop that. First of all, you ought to know already it's 2026 that the women that you're dealing with on these dating sites are in dire financial straits, guys. It's 10 times worse than what I tell you on camera. It's not my business to do that. It's not my place because they're going to misinterpret it. But I'm telling you now, you know better. Everybody tells you all the time, the first time she starts asking for money, you got to cut it off. Smart Filipinos aren't going to do it anyway because they know you're going to spend anyway. But stop calling every damn thing a scam. You guys are just doing this for clickbait. That's what it is. It's clickbait. You know people are going to click on it. Talking about almost all the money you lost. No, all the money you've given away. Women aren't. When I think about a scam, I'm thinking of 3-card Molly, fake dice, okay, selling you a fake piece of property, you know, something savvy like that. You know, the women you're dealing with, they don't even have that in their minds to do that. They're on the dating sites. Yeah, they want better living conditions, all that stuff that we talk about all the time. But to call it a scam, you guys are just embarrassed that you're being duped, that you're being fools, that you're being really simps. Everybody that's watching this video right now knows that if you start chatting with a woman online and she starts asking for money, it's time to go to the next one. But y'all don't follow directions. It's hard to get scammed over here by a woman. If you get in one of the taxis, do you run the risk of getting scammed? Absolutely. If you come over here and try to buy some property or something like that, are you dealing with one of these contractors or what we call engineers over here? Is there a risk that you may get scammed or charge more money? Yeah, but everything's not a damn scam. Certainly when you're dealing with these women. Why would they wait to scam you? They don't even have a history of scamming. Even the one time I told y'all that I got scammed, I didn't really get scammed. I'm chasing a woman. Okay, I sent her the money to get the plane ticket and for her expenses, and she just never showed up. I called it a scam because I was embarrassed. And it's really all it is. They're not scamming you. Stop using that word scam. Go on Robbie Twofold, and even that is not a scam. All the stories you see on there, man, those guys are giving away that money. Then when a woman don't want to deal with them anymore, or they fooled them, okay? They made some false promises. In those very few instances, yeah, it's a scam, but 99% of the time, we're freely giving away that money. That's what you're doing, guys. So I won't allow, when I watch those videos, it makes me cringe. We ain't scamming you. They're not hustlers like that, some of them. But we tell you when you get on the dating site to put the filters in there. Stop communicating with these bots, and those are scammers on there, the ones who are sitting on there waiting for you to log in. She's already on there. The green light is on. You don't want to deal with them. When you get on the dating site and you get inundated with all those messages and all that stuff, you don't want to deal with any of those people. You start from scratch. You're the one spending the money. It's your search. You find somebody you want. Don't let them find you. You look. Put your filters in there. 25 to 40, whatever it is. Cebu, 50 kilometers from Cebu. Children are without children. Okay? Do stuff like that. Hit that. Boom. Now, they're going to start coming up. You're always going to come up on their screen because they're 18 to 80. Blind, crippled, or crazy. But when somebody outside of your filter shows up, even if she's 41, you know to keep going. But thank y'all so much for stopping by. I wanted to come on here because we're going to talk more about it, more in depth on the live stream later today. Stop calling it a scam, guys. You guys are embarrassed. Okay, you're trying to put the blame on the woman. And even if she does ask you for money, it's not a whole lot. You're giving her all that money. When I tell y'all about the guy that gave away the $3 million, he gave that away. The woman never asked him for 1 peso of that. Did he say he got scammed? I don't know. In my view, he didn't. But you guys talking about, one majority of Filipinos are scammers. They got a reputation for scamming. How? When you got 1 million women on the dating site and 100 of them might be scammers. And we're basically being scammed by the same women. Even if it's 1,000. So that's 1 in 1,000. 1,000 times 1,000 is 1 million. I'm just putting that out there, guys. All the information's out there. You shouldn't even be giving away not 1 peso. Bring her into your life. Give her better living conditions. Show her better standard of living. Get to know the lady. If they have a reputation for playing the long game, then let her play the long game. Make her play the long game. We've taken the long game and thrown it in the garbage. You guys are giving so much money so fast that you're scamming yourself. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by, I don't help somebody. Nobody's scamming me over here. I've never been scammed here for 17 years. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Stop giving your money away and then saying the woman's scamming you. You ought to know better. You're 60 years old. You're 70 years old. Even the young guys are getting scammed. If you made it up in your mind that the woman wants you just for you, then stop giving her the money then like that. Stop giving her so much money. But when you freely give her your money, guys, you can't call it a scam. Just because it doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out. You're dealing with these young women, and then all of a sudden, when she's no longer interested in you and wants to go in another direction, because there's no need for her to stick around. You've already given her everything she's looking for. Then you say, oh, she scammed me. Look up the definition of scam. Okay? That's what you need to do. A deceptive scheme or trick to cheat you out of your money. There's nothing they're doing that's deceptive. You can see right through these ladies. You can follow the crime line, not the timeline, the crime line, and you can stop it anyway, anywhere on the line you want to. That's how slow it is over here. But for y'all to continue to make these videos about these women being scammers and all that stuff like that, it's not true. That's the nitty gritty.
Boots on the ground. Don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music.
If I don't